like
Perception.
transforms a single claw and like
That's what I was
pokes out a hole.
thinking, but I don't think I have partial transformation yet for my lycanthropy. So
We'll allow it.
okay, we'll allow it. Am I in the room that they are now headed to? I guess is the.
So your understanding of the layout of this church is not exceptionally good, but you're currently in a hallway that, just by relative understanding of how a building works, you can imagine that it probably is a building that wraps around, or a hallway that wraps around the building, and they are going to enter this hallway and then into a room beyond.
So no.
So you are currently standing in a hallway that is not where they will be ultimately ending up. No.
Sorry, say it again. I'm standing in a hallway where they're not going to end up.
They're going to go through, but not end up in ultimately, yes.
Oh, okay. Gotcha. So they're walking towards me is what I'm assuming.
They're kind of walking like past you. So like where you, it's kind of like a large open like V shape. And you went in like the right side and they're in the left side, and you can like see them almost as they're kind of walking through the back hallway, like behind the dais and all the stuff.
Okay, I was trying to get into that room where the people were pacing, but if I'm seeing them go, can I try to skulk or try to like predict where they're going to go and try to get there first or something like that?
For sure. It wouldn't be difficult, like if you just kind of walk through like the rooms. Like there's a lot of closed doors, but as you kind of like make your way through, give me a perception check just to see how quickly you're able to do this.
30-20.
So you kind of like give a cursory glance to some of these rooms. Like some of the doors are cracked, and you kind of like peek your head in, and some of them are just like singular like kneelers and like prayer chambers, and some of them are like a little bit larger rooms that are either like bedrooms or just like storage or things of that nature. But there is one room that, as you're kind of like doing a scan of as you're going past, that is like a more open like area that has like a table that's sitting in there, and like a kind of like a veiled words, like a curtain that kind of hangs down over like around it, that kind of almost to give a certain kind of privacy. Like it's mostly see-through, but like it is still just there for the sake of privacy, so that you're not like directly looking at somebody. And you can most likely imagine that this is the room in which they're heading to.
Is there anywhere to hide in that room?
Yeah, there's a lot of shit in this room. So like there's more kneelers and pews and benches and things, and there's also some storage and like boxes and barrels, and there's also like just some stuff off in the corner that's kind of just piled up. Like this is not a super visited place in this church, and they're not like overly concerned about its just like outward appearance as they are about the like the main cathedral area.
Right. So I'll take the first opportunity I can to hide, but if it's turning over a box and hiding underneath it, then that's the opportunity he takes.
Gotcha. Go ahead and just give me another stealth check just to see how well you're kind of hiding yourself in this room.
30-20.
Good enough. So you, Orlo, you now watch Emmerin kind of sneak through the back hallway. You watch Laya and Sir Roland kind of be escorted out through into the back. Is there anything that you want to do while you're kind of sitting out here alone now?
Yeah, I sort of want to follow behind the way Laya's heading at a distance. So Orlo's going to kind of, as he's sitting there, going to flip his hood up over his face to hide his identity and, be stealthy. Never mind the giant trunk hanging out the front. And so yeah, it's really just like the hood's up, it's shadows and then trunk, so very intimidating. But stands up and starts to kind of shuffle, kind of head down, very monk like, towards the way where Laya went with the lady.
Okay. Go ahead and give me a deception or stealth with advantage, please.
We're gonna do stealth. You'd be foolish to think otherwise. 16.
Gotta love rolling really well, huh? I didn't. that natty 3 really coming in clutch for these guards. So
Hell
as
yeah.
they make their way
Welcome
through,
to my world.
as they make their way through into the back, you give them a little bit of space, but like one of the guards kind of like takes a step forward to like pick something up off the ground, and as he does, you just kind of like sneak right past him, behind him, like just right into the door. like you belong there.
As I'm walking, like making my way to the door as well, I'm just like using my trunk to like wave and like salute people as I'm passing them.
You see one of the guards like kind of just like no idea.
Just
Like,
leans over to the other one like, do you know who that was?
yeah, listen, as somebody full and well that understands this, you don't ask questions, you just salute and then figure it out later. But yeah, so you also make your way into the back hallway, Orlo. A little bit behind them, and you can kind of see the tail end of like Roland and the two guards like escorting them back towards this room where Emmerin is also now in.
Emmerin's not there. There's just a box.
A box labeled Emmerin.
It's just an Emmerin shaped box.
An Emmerin shaped box.
You know, that's my favorite Nirvana song.
Emmerin shaped box.
I really like the Bush track Emmerin.
Ooh, nice. That would be like if Emmerin were to try to disguise himself as a woman. That's definitely how he'd play it off. Oh, my name is Emmerin.
Excuse me, I would like to nominate somebody for Wife of the Year real quick.
Man,
Great
I have the
job,
best
Miss
wife and kid
DK.
ever. So, like, yeah.
We love him. We love him.
We
Yeah.
love this.
So
Anyway,
what-
we're all being ushered into this room where we're going to be, I'm checking my notes, summarily killed.
So is there anybody else in this hallway after I see them turn? It's just me. Is there anything else in the hallway?
There's a few like monks and priests and things that kind of are wandering back and forth, but nobody that even remotely is paying attention to anything because they have no concerns. Like if somebody's back here, they're largely supposed to be back here. If they've gotten past the guards and there was no like sounds of, you know, combat and things like that, they're not worried. So they're not even like looking in any way at you. They're just like, oh, he's supposed to be here, whatever. Just kind of like keeping their head down, like looking at their stuff, doing whatever they're doing.
So Orlo will just try and make his way to the door, but he's not going to go inside if he makes it there.
Okay. So you make your way through, and like you're kind of like, I imagine you just kind of like have your back against the wall and like foot up and kind of just like trunk hanging down, like swinging back and forth, like just like playing with like picking stuff off your like the robe and stuff.
Just hanging some trunk, dude.
Just hanging some trunk, baby. So you hear as Laya, you kind of are ushered in and you're sat down under this like canopy thing here, and Emily sits down in front of you, and you're just kind of like sitting at it's a long thin table, and she like offers you a glass of water and she places it on the table, and she kind of like rests her hands palm up facing you.
Oh dear. I'll give her my hands.
Okay. So Sir Roland, you see that like they kind of enter behind this cloth, and you can very clearly see her and what is happening. It's just kind of a little fuzzy. Just a long night of drinking, nothing you're not used to. And these guards are just kind of, like I said, flanked on your left and right, kind of just standing mostly in the doorway still. They don't really walk you in the room at all. They're just standing right next to you.
As Roland's gonna like watch what's going on, he sees the silhouette of Laya putting her hands into the old woman's hands, and like he doesn't like that, but there's nothing he can do. So he figures the next best thing he can do is start to distract the guards in case things go badly. So Roland says, "Have you boys heard the good news of my area's Archon civilization?" And he's going to start trying to engage these guys in a religious debate in their own church. And he's going to be a little mad about it.
One of them kind of like looks at you and just is like shakes his head, has no idea what you're even talking about. The other one, on the other hand, kind of like looks at you and looks you up and down and starts really engaging you. He's well versed. He understands his religions. He knows what's going on.
Practically
hook, line, and sinker.
It's gonna be a shame. It's gonna be a shame when Roland has to absolutely fucking murder these dudes.
Just real.
That's gonna be his first murders. So yeah, Roland's gonna do a little back and forth.
Yeah, he absolutely engages with you. But so Laya, you rest your hands on her hands, and have your thoughts kind of drifted at all at this point? Is there anything else that you're really like thinking about, like just top level,
Do I not get to do a wisdom saving throw again?
Not for top level, no. It's just whatever's like the prevalent in your mind.
I mean, I guess for the most part, it would just be like,
I'm muted.
Like, oh, where are they taking me? Like, where are we going?
I hope I don't have to kill this lady. That would be a bummer.
There's so many guards here. I don't want to kill everyone.
She's
I'm
kind of hot, though.
Gonna get blood on my new duds.
See, I hope Emmerin's not in that Emmerin labeled box.
That was my first thought, was that she's gonna walk into the room and go, "Oh, good, Emmerin and Orlo are here." It's like, oh fuck.
What's in that? What's the deal with that weird box in the middle of the room?
Why does it say definitely not Emmerin?
Well, I guess in that vein, would I notice that Emmerin is hiding in a box, or like he hid before we got in the room, right? So I wouldn't know he's there.
I mean, go ahead and give me a perception check. Like, you know that he snuck back into the back halls, but whether or not you see him is another.
That is a 10.
You absolutely do not know he's here.
Cool. Well, then you're safe, Emmerin.
That's right, baby.
So yeah, then probably just thinking things like, where are they taking me? But I feel like also because of how Laya is, she probably like, if there's any like pretty artwork or anything as we're walking down the halls or going into the room, I'd be like, oh, look at that one, or like.
That seems accurate.
Or like if there are any nice statues in the room, I would be admiring the artwork.
Okay. So she kind of like looks at you a little bit and starts, under her breath, kind of starts praying a little bit. Go ahead and give me either an Arcana or a Arcana, Religion, or Perception, if you would.
8. That's 8 on Perception.
This very nice old lady is praying for you, and nothing else weird is happening in any way.
Awesome.
On that,
for her,
I bow my head with her. and
Oh,
close
this
my
is so
eyes.
bad.
On that note, make a charisma saving throw for me, please. But nothing bad's happening. Don't worry.
It's fine. It's
Can
just
Orlo? I was gonna say, can Orlo hear what's going on through the door?
Go ahead and give me a perception check.
That charisma save is 16.
13 perception.
You can hear, like, number one, you can very clearly hear Sir Roland and this guard, like, yelling at each other almost back and forth. Like, it's still, like, hushed because they're not trying to, like, interrupt St. Emily's, but they're, like, he's heated. He's like, no, this is absolutely not how this works.
Well, if there's only one God, then explain to me why the diversity of miracles performed by every cleric from every archon all across you.
That's what you hear.
And Orlo just like shakes his head and like props up Bone Breaker and like kind of like leans on it, and then in his other hand holds his berries out and uses his trunk to just start feeding himself with them and like just shakes his head.
Gotcha. So, Laya, you feel this overwhelming sense of just calm kind of wash over you. And for a second, your brain's just like, oh man, maybe this religion thing really does have, have some merit. Maybe this is okay.
We could be religious. Could be cute.
Emmerin, were you intending on like having a place where you were able to like see out of? I assume you're not just like trying to sit in the room, or did you just want to be in the room?
Oh, like I'm in the room under the box, and you can pretty much presume that there's like he's either carved one quickly with his knife, or there is a hole in the box that's just big enough for his eye to look out through.
Okay. Go ahead.
Just see this one big red eye.
Go ahead and make perception, arcana, or religion for me as well, if you would.
Like
Perception.
transforms a single claw and like
That's what I was
hole.
thinking, but I don't think I have partial transformation yet for my lycanthropy. So
We'll allow it.
okay, we'll allow it for this. Okay, what was it? Perception, arcana, or religion? Gonna have to go with perception, Chief. That, my good friend, is a gentleman's 9.
Solid.
We're doing great.
hell yeah.
We did great to
Everything's
get in here,
fine.
and now we killed Lion.
Nothing bad is happening.
So you kind of like are looking out, and it's a little fuzzy. It's a little hard to see. Like you kind of have to move around a lot to like really get vision of things. And you just see you see Emily's praying. You see Laya just kind of like put her head down. And Laya, like she's respectful. This is probably fine. Laya, go ahead and make a wisdom saving throw for me, please.
Emmerin's mistake was waiting for Orlo's go.
Nothing bad is happening.
That's a 13.
So Roland, Emmerin, give me one more perception or arcana or religion, please.
Oh dear God, please roll.
Who? Just Emmerin?
Yeah. Or
Good.
in Roland.
Oh, for the love of God, thank you. 24.
Ooh. I've got a 16 religion.
Okay. So.
Or sorry, 13 religion.
Gotcha. Damn, I was really pulling for you, Sir Roland. So, Emmerin, you see that after a moment, kind of Laya leaves her head hanging down, and after this, you see that Emily's kind of not pushes herself up from the table, like standing, but pushes herself back, and she like extends her arms out to the side. And as she does this, you see this magic kind of swirling around her fingers, and you see these long, grasping, like almost like tentacles, like this very like liquid-esque form.
He's seen enough.
So it starts to emanate from her fingers and kind of stretch up along Laya's arms and up her shoulder.
All right.
Well, do I feel this at all?
Yeah, you absolutely do, but you're
But
fine
I
with
think
it.
it's fine.
Yeah, you're
This
totally-
feels great. It's like a free massage.
All you're gonna hear from inside the box is gonna start to rattle, and you're gonna hear crack, crack, pop, pop, and boom! I'm bursting out of the box in full demon form. Like, we're fucking throwing down. You get away from her.
Roland's gonna look at the box right before it explodes and goes, "Uh-oh."
Orlo hears the crashing and just like gets startled and like shakes the berries and like some fall out and fall on the floor, and he kind of like grabs Bonebreaker and like starts to turn towards the door.
Great. Everybody roll for initiative, please.
Fucking hell. This
Fucking
is great.
hell. Things
Look,
are,
he saw
things are
tentacles and he reacted.
fine.
That
Reminder-
Things are going fine, and I
Reminder
don't see
that
any
I
reason
don't
to
have
change.
armor on.
You don't need armor because we're gonna talk our way out of this.
God damn it.
My initiative was 10.
Hey, chat, we're not.
We're doing terrible.
Orlo.
Someone's gonna die
5.
in this room right now.
That's very true.
Emmerin, what do you got?
7.
And Roland?
Also a 7. So who needs to roll above a 10? That's what
I think just a couple combats ago, everybody rolled a 7 as well.
Yeah. This is why I like Delta Green, because if you don't roll above a 10, you're doing great. You're doing fucking great all night long.
If you can't beat them, change the rules.
If you can't beat them, play Delta Green and then just accept the fact that you're gonna get beaten, and it's just part of the game.
Look, I'm still really upset that guy got the drop on me, okay?
So,
Chewing tobacco, gun to my head. Ugh,
Fine.
Emmerin, I am going to give you a surprise round on this. Because you very clearly have caught everyone by surprise in this current juncture.
Yeah.
Oh man, that's really not good for anybody.
Don't say that, man. Own it. It's probably gonna be fine.
Well, I say that because I have the assassin part of rogue, which means that if I hit, I crit on a surprise round.
Oh yeah.
Okay, hold on.
Yeah, but you with a crit, you kill like what, 10,000 worms?
Yeah. How many worms per crit are we killing?
And just for reference, I'm not going. If you need me to, I can pull up a board. But this room is 15 by 10. Like, there's nothing in this room that you can't reach or get to in one round. So I don't feel that there's much of a necessity for that.
Okay, how many guards are there in the room?
There's 2 guards and Emily's.
Okay, I'm gonna use my charger feat, use my action to dash, and I'm going straight at Emily's, and with the intent of shoving her away from Skelly. But you better believe I'm carving that bitch up.
Yeah, you like I said, she's no more than 5. She is 10 feet away from you exactly to make sure the charger actually triggers, and you can use your ability.
Okay, so let's make this good. Where did D&D Beyond go? Where did D&D Beyond go? I don't know how to do things. I gotta make sure this stupid thing is turned on. Guys, vamp.
Panic.
Vamp better.
Okay. Wow.
Kirk is the vamper.
Dude, I'm the vamper. You guys are fucked.
So I will set the scene a little bit better for you guys, just as you need. So
Ducky vamp.
I got you guys. So at the moment, Sir Roland, you and this guard are engaged in a very heated conversation as this box starts to kind of creak and crack. You see Emmerin burst out. Both of the guards kind of snap their heads towards Emmerin. And Emily's doesn't turn or move or anything because she's very intent on what she is doing at the moment. And the guards kind of like look at the box, look at Emmerin, look at each other, and then look to you, Sir Roland. Because they're not sure if Emmerin is with you or if this is just some weird shit that's going on.
Roland is going to draw his sword, and God, I
Hey,
wish,
Emmerin, buddy. Nice to meet you.
yeah, dude, I wish, in retrospect, if I could go back in time a year and say, hey, Burke, make a character that it's cool if he lies sometimes. Make a character where that, like, if in roleplay, if you told a fib once, you'd probably be fine. But I didn't do that. I made
right.
a paladin specifically who can't lie, and so Roland's going to look at one guard, and then he's going to look at the other guard, and he's going to say, "Shame, boys," and he's going to draw his sword, and he's going to fucking square up at him.
All right. So bursts out of the box, screams, "Stay away from him!" And he's gonna use the charger feat, which allows him to use his a dash as an action and then perform a melee attack. Because of the assassin feat that I have, I crit on a hit and I rolled a dirty 20.
That'll do.
Okay, so that's crit damage.
Yeah, she's just in her vestments. She is not heavily armored in any way.
Great. So she takes 8 damage and she gets shoved 10 feet.
Shove her into another box
Labeled Emily's.
Yeah, then another.
Because I knew this was
pops
coming.
out of it, and now things are getting interesting.
So you burst out of this box. You kind of like push her over the table past Laya. She lands beside, kind of like in just this like crumpled heap on the floor. And anything else you'd like to do there, Emmerin, this round?
That burned my action and my bonus action. I'm just gonna look at Laya and get a sense of like, is she okay? Or is she still like, oh, this is great?
She. Go ahead and give me an Arcana check.
Arcana. Oh, look at that, 19.
You can tell that she's under some kind of like charm or calming effect or something of that nature, that she isn't stunned or dazed or like out of it. She's just like, everything's fine.
I'm meditating.
Cool. That's it.
So the top of the round, to I'm sure everyone's surprise, is not you guys.
A 7 is a perfectly cromulent roll.
That seems fake.
So it is Emily's who goes first.
We really need to embiggen our rolls.
She stands up off the floor and spins around towards you, Emmerin. And you didn't feel this before, but you can tell she cannot see, but you feel this like gaze kind of piercing just you as a whole. Like you can feel her just staring through you.
Oh great, you can't see me.
So, Emmerin, if you would please, give me a charisma saving throw.
Oh, tits. I'm sure you guys are shocked by this, but Emmerin's not very charismatic.
Fuck.
What?
I rolled a 2. Emmerin's bonus is a -1.
So
Dirty what?
Laya, this doesn't bother you in any way, but Sir Roland, what the two of you see is you see Emmerin kind of just burst out of this box, charge towards Emily's, just wreck her over the table, and then just with this like wisp of puff of smoke and just the faintest little like pop, just disappears.
Banished? Really? Fuck.
Whatever, man. I'm one with the world right now.
Laya, it's your go. You are very calm about everything. You see that Emmerin burst out of this box, kick the shit out of Emily's, and then just disappeared directly in front of you.
Things are going so badly.
I mean, I feel like I wouldn't be attacking because of how like everything's fine. Why would I attack anything?
If you would like to, at the top of your round, go ahead and give me another charisma saving throw to see if you break out of that.
All right, I'm going to say she rolls a 6 on a d20.
Close. I got a 5, which is then changed to a 7.
No, everything's fine, man.
I don't know why.
I'm sitting there just watching this happen like I am just high as fuck.